Good morning, dear students. Children, welcome to your another session of your online classes. Happy New Year to all of you. Hope you all must have enjoyed your Diwali break and your Diwali celebrations with all the precautions regarding Corona. Children, I'm going to start a new lesson from today, lesson number 10, gravitation. Just to bring to your knowledge that half of this lesson is being deleted. So please go through only till that concept where I'll be teaching. Okay? From pressure and thrust, your lesson has been deleted for this academic year. So children, we have to study only up to mass and weight. Okay? Let's begin with the topic for today. Today, I'll be teaching you children what is meant by gravitation and and what does it actually imply. In our day-to-day life, we observe many things falling towards the earth. For example, children, rainfall, snowfall, falling down of anything which is dropped from a particular height, falling of clouds, falling down of parachutes. Many times birds they come towards uh, the earth's surface. So many times we see that there are different objects that fall freely towards the earth, and many times you must have seen meteorites also, children, and many things being thrown upwards. For example, you must be playing so many games, especially the basketball, and or sometimes we throw something from our window. Okay, so sometimes we are dropping out certain thing from the height. All bodies, irrespective of their masses, okay, whatever may be their masses, are accelerated towards the earth with a constant acceleration, and this particular concept was first recognized by Galileo. Many phenomena like motion of celestial body such as movement of moon, the rotational movement, the periodic movement of earth and all the planets, okay, and attraction of moon towards the earth and the attraction of earth towards the sun is really an interesting subject of study, and it diverted many people's attention. These phenomena were studied and observed for a very long duration of time, and it led to many questions that, like, which were these questions? What is the force that causes object to fall towards the earth? Is there any law that influences this particular force? And whatever is applicable on the earth regarding the force, is it applicable to all heavenly bodies? So children, the answer to to these questions was given by Newton, as he declared that laws of nature are same for earthy and the celestial body, means whatever force by which earth attract any object toward itself, okay, this particular force was called as the gravitational force, and children, it existed amongst all the heavenly bodies. Now, what is meant by gravitation? Now children, if any object, if the force between any object falling freely towards the earth and that between the earth and moon are governed by the same laws. It was a very eminent scientist, Kepler. He studied these planetary motion in detail, and he came up with three laws of planetary motion, which were at that particular time, children, they were universally accepted. But again, with passage of time, some of his concepts were not that much satisfying, so they were again formulated. And that I'll teach you in my next class tomorrow. Now, children, what were the three laws which were suggested by Kepler's? It was that All planets move around the sun in elliptical orbits, having sun as one of their foci. So sun as a center, and all the planets they move around the sun in the elliptical order. The second law was a radius vector joining any planet to the sun sweeps out equal areas in equal length of time. Just wait, I'll show a picture so you will understand this. And the third law was that the square of time period of revolution of the planet is directly proportional to the cube of their mean path, the orbit, and its radius was taken out. Okay, let us understand these laws with the help of picture. The first law here you can understand, children. This is an orbit of Earth. So in the same way, all planets show the same orbit moment, keeping Sun as their focus. The next law says that the radius vector of the planet sweeps equal areas in equal length of time. Means what? See, every time the distance between the sun and the planet keeps on changing. Right now we are in the mid of November and the temperature has started falling down, children. So that means we are now moving far away from the sun. So that means it is not, sun is not like the orbit which is taken by the earth is not circular, but it is in the elliptical order. And for any particular 1 month we take from any of the pathway, we find that equal areas are covered. I hope you can understand from the picture. And the third law was that the square of the orbital period, whatever orbital period it is taking, is directly proportional to the cube of the radius of the orbit by which it is moving. Okay, children, you can see the orbit here. So we can take a mean radius. So t square, the square of the time, is directly proportional to the cube of the radius of this particular orbit. So these were some of the laws that were suggested by the scientists. But children, with passage of time, these were changed. So let us understand something more about gravitation. Now children, whenever you throw any object upwards, it reaches a particular height and then falls down towards the earth. ऐसा कभी भी नहीं होता है कि हमने कुछ फेंका और बस वो तो बाहर ही चला गया and it never comes. You know, it happens in the Hindi films like Jadoo and all, but it doesn't actually happen in the reality. It proves that Earth attracts everything towards it, and the gravitational force of Earth or gravity of Earth is responsible for pulling us and keeping us on the Earth. If gravitational force was not there, then children, we would be really jumping like how many scientists, you must have seen these videos, children, how they jump in the space satellites or on the surface of the moon. Okay, every object has certain mass. Okay, and every object which has certain mass exerts gravitational force on every other object. And children, like you must be sitting on a chair or sofa, so your body has got some mass, so it is exerting a gravitational force on the chair that on which you are sitting. Okay, and at the same time the chair is also exerting some gravitational force on you. Okay, and children, the counter effect, इनमें से कौन सा फोर्स ज़्यादा स्ट्रॉन्ग है, वो हैवी होगा. यू रिमेंबर अनबैलेंस्ड फोर्स आई टॉट यू इन लेसन नंबर 9. सेम कॉन्सेप्ट इज हैपनिंग. सो आपका वेट ज़्यादा है या चेयर का? ऑफकोर्स आपका, इसीलिए आप फिर चेयर के ऊपर बैठ गए. राइट? ओके, and the magnitude of the force totally depends on the mass of the object which are under consideration. Now children, don't think that if you are sitting on a plastic chair, so it will be the other way. Okay, so whenever any two object we are considering, ओके हम कोई भी दो ऑब्जेक्ट लेते हैं और उनके बीच के ग्रेविटेशनल फोर्स को हम जब भी कैलकुलेट करना चाहेंगे, So children, that gravitational force will totally depend on the mass of the object. Okay, and these are the different planets. You can see the ring structure, Jupiter. Now, the objects which has less mass, then the gravitational force of attraction is very small and is considered as negligible. When we consider massive objects like planets, sun, earth, moon, or any other celestial body, the gravitational force becomes very strong, and they all try to influence each other. So we can summarize that gravitational force totally depend on the mass of the object. It is the gravitational pull of the earth that keep our planet orbiting around the sun. The motion of the moon is also affected by both sun and the earth. This topic I'll take further, you will understand it better. Now children, you must have wondered, ये सभी ने कभी ना कभी तो सोचा ही होगा, when you must be in your primary classes, that why does the moon not fall on the earth? Okay, so let us understand कि sometime in future, let's say in future, if moon doesn't want to be our satellite, so will it fall on us? No, it will not fall on us. So how does it happen? Let us understand. Now children, whenever any object is moving in a circular path, okay, so whenever any object is moving in a circular path, so two things are happening. Okay, what are the two things? The velocity is continuously changing, the velocity and the direction, both of them changes at every particular of time. Okay, and when the object is continuously changing the direction, velocity is also changing, and thus acceleration takes place. So I hope you remember circular motion is also an accelerated motion. This I taught you, I think, in lesson number 8. Okay, and children, there is a force, okay, which comes in the picture, and this particular force is called as the centripetal force. And this centripetal force causes the acceleration and helps the body to move continuously in the circular path, which is acting towards the center. Now let's say that you tie, आप एक छोटा सा पत्थर लीजिए और उस पर धागा बांधना, okay, and move it slowly, and children, at any particular time you leave that thread. So that stone will not fall on you, but it will fall on the tangential path of the circular path. Okay, thus the motion of the moon around the sun is due to the centripetal force. Okay, the centripetal force is provided by the force of attraction of the earth. If there were no such force, the moon will definitely move in a straight line, and it would not have been our satellite. Understood? I hope children I was able to make you understand. I taught you a very small concept. I taught you only two things, children, today. What is gravitational force and why does moon not fall on us? Okay? Children, the three Kepler's law which I taught you, they are given in your textbook. They are given in the blue box. Okay? And they will not be asked. They are not for any examination purpose. But the next, what next? The next concept that I'll be teaching is totally based on this particular three laws. Okay, and children, take care of yourself. For any feedback, any suggestion, okay, do give me your suggestions.